Hey guys, we are out on the east side today talking about Petrosa. I know we've been on the east side a bunch lately, but we're getting ready to go to the west side. We've got some videos coming up on the west side. But today, we want to talk about Petrosa, all of the amenities that are included here, and why it is one of the hottest neighborhoods in Bend right now. Cut! You might think that I'm just saying this is the hottest neighborhood because all the neighborhoods I talk about are the hottest neighborhoods, but even Pahlisch says this is their #1 selling neighborhood right now out of all the ones that they're working on and building in. So this is the hottest neighborhood in town right now. So we're gonna go over why Petrosa is one of the most sought after neighborhoods in all of Bend. Petrosa, if you didn't already know, is a Pahlisch Homes development. Pahlisch is one of the Pacific Northwest's best production builders. They do everything from entry-level to really high-end homes across Oregon, Idaho, and Washington. And their builds are, even the really entry-level ones, are really high quality. They do a really great job. I can't say that for some of the other high production builders across the region. I mean, all of the local builders here are all great, nothing against them. It's just usually kind of the national level builders that sometimes don't always cross their T's or dot their I's. And Pahlisch, like I said, they do a really great job. And for producing, a lot of homes all over the region, all over the Northwest, they're actually located right here in Bend. So, we're big fans. And we're fans of Petrosa. But first, let's give you a little bit of an update on where we are and what Petrosa is before we get into some of the new cool stuff. Petrosa is located over on the northeast side of town, right? It's basically off of Butler Market, just past the Empire Road, and it encompasses almost 160 acres. Now, this is a master planned community, which means they've kind of thought about everything. This isn't one of those neighborhoods where they just slam in as many homes as possible and move on. They've actually put a lot of thought and care into the design and layout of this neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that has been intricately thought out. Green space and trails laid throughout. Tons of amenities that we'll cover in a minute. There's a huge space reserved for retail, meaning shops and conveniences will be just a short distance away. There's also an area specifically set aside for a new school. I mean, could you imagine living in a neighborhood where all of those conveniences and amenities are right within your actual neighborhood? And as I recall, it's going to be a pretty big neighborhood. I think there's going to be almost 800 residences here. While we're at it, I should probably mention that those residences are a wide mix of different kinds of housing styles and price points, because Pahlisch is like a neighborhood for everyone. Now, townhomes are on the more affordable end of the spectrum, right? They come 4 wide and they're all alley loaded, which means the garages are in the back. They may be lacking the light and bright, quote, because of the nature of the home, but they come at a great price point. And unfortunately right now, most of them are sold out at the moment. Depending on when you see this video, there are a couple that are currently available, but there won't be any more coming until they get to phase 5, which is likely to be next summer. There are 8 more, I believe, coming in phase 5. Cottages are the next level up. And they are also on the alley-loaded spectrum, but they do have great curb appeal with those super cute gates in front, and they're also detached, meaning you're not sharing walls with your neighbor. They have a variety of floor plans ranging from single level to 2 stories, and they come with very nice finishes. Yard space is lacking because of the 5-foot setbacks, but if you don't need a lot of private yard space, this could be the perfect fit for you. Lastly, they don't have a specific phrase for it, but it's, kind of the standard house, right? It's actually garage front loading, which means the garage is in the front. And let's face it, that's what most people want, because it also means that you get a backyard. Now, lot sizes do vary in Petrosa, but like all neighborhood lots in Bend, they can be on the small side compared to, other states, but they still offer plenty of privacy and options to enjoy whatever you want to do. In fact, most Pahlisch floor plans also include a covered patio in the back to enhance the atmosphere in the back. Another thing that Pahlisch did here to spice things up is there's a few different sections of homes where the lot sizes are just a tad wider, allowing for 3-car garage homes. We'll see that coming up in phase 5. There's a large variety of floor plans and there are multiple elevations available. Can we talk about elevations for a second? You see, elevations are actually the difference in how the home looks from the front. The floor plan's the same, but sometimes they look a little more modern, sometimes they look a little more traditional, sometimes they kind of look in between. those are different elevations. Now, let's say if you had 3 different floor plans, but you had 3 different elevations of each one, you'd actually have 9 different looking homes. Look, we all remember those neighborhoods, those subdivisions from back in the 90s, right? Where like every house looked the same. And even some builders today still kind of do that, where they change up things from here and there, but it's all very homogenized and just looks very, very similar or the same. It's not like that with Pahlisch, and it's not like that here at Petrosa. They've got, oh man, it must be realistically just the front-loading homes. I bet they've got 10, maybe 12 different floor plans, and some of them don't have 3 different options. Some of them have 4 different elevations. So there's like 40 different kinds of homes that you would see in here, which really makes this place feel very unique and special. Oh, and we didn't even mention that they actually have apartments here. Solace, maybe it should be called Solace. Peace to Solace. Yeah, they've got their own apartment complex here. There's like 200 units that are available for rent. I mean, they've 200 units available. They're not all for rent right now, but the coolest thing is they also have their own amenities. They've got their own pool, their own gym. That's pretty cool as well. Okay, so let's talk just for a second here about the actual amenities. Now, the last time we did a video on Petrosa, this was just getting ready to open. And so obviously we didn't showcase any of it. And since then, we've sold a bunch of homes in here, but even through all of those sales, I've never really gotten a chance to go into this pool / clubhouse area until very, very recently. And I gotta tell you, wow, I'm sold. I mean, look at this pool. I gotta be honest with you, this has gotta be easily the best pool in Bend as far as a neighborhood pool goes. And trust me, I know, because we've probably done videos on almost every neighborhood that features a pool. This is the best I've seen. There's the pool, that's great. But then this little ledge where the chairs sit low in the water, how swanky is that? And then the splash pad here, get lost. You've got a fire pit over there. It's like an indoor-outdoor fire pit. Okay, so I heard from some of our clients that are happy homeowners in here now, and they told us that they love to come here in the summer like this when everything's going on and just hang out in the evenings, like after dinner, and come meet friends and hang out with all of their neighbors and socialize. And sometimes they even get in trouble because they get kicked out because I think this place closes at like 10. And they just love hanging out here. I mean, the social atmosphere here in the amenity area is just outstanding. Then there's all these other cool spots. I mean, there's the clubhouse over there, which is like huge. There's a barbecue pit area over there. I mean, they've got a whole bunch of different barbecue. You could have like a barbecue competition, I feel like. That'd be pretty cool. I've got an idea. And then, of course, there's the gym. Look at this. Free weights, racks, bikes, ellipticals, the works. I mean, The Rock would be jealous. And above the design center, they have this really awesome workspace area here. Cushy chairs, tables, a small conference room. I mean, ambiance. You could really get some work done in here. Kids are at the pool, mom or dad is up here on a conference call. I mean, they've thought of everything, and I mean everything. Because there's also a park across the street, complete with a playground, a pump track, and let's not forget those spectacular mountain views staring you in the face. I mean, the amenities here really do enough by themselves. I love it. I would like to live here. I mean, it's incredible. Not to mention that, the Pine Nursery Park, if you needed more park space to go to, is just the next kind of block over. And it's just across the street from this neighborhood. But that's too much. We don't even talk about Pine Nursery Park. That's overload, right? And yes, you probably guessed it. This does come at a cost. There is an HOA here in Petrosa. Now, for some people, they love the HOA and the amenities that it brings, and for others, it's not their cup of tea. Now, the dues range from about $150 to about $250 per month, depending on whether you're in one of the townhouses, cottages, or traditional homes. Believe it or not, the townhouses are actually more expensive on the HOA part. It includes access to all of the bells and whistles that we basically just showed you, as well as front yard maintenance. And how nice is that? You don't even have to cut your grass in the front yard, at least. That's what it covers. Nice and tight in the front, party in the back. Now, Petrosa is currently beginning phase 5, and what that means is, well, we're here. There is this stretch here behind the park. Here are the townhouses I mentioned earlier. You can see that many of these homes are already being built and will be ready for spring. Then we've got this stretch over here to the south with all of those homes going up. This isn't the largest phase I've seen, however, it is heavy on the larger home sites. Lots of these lots have green space behind them, and many of them have 3-car garages, which is a big deal here in the recreational capital of the world, right? Gotta have room for storing your toys, you know. Now, I hope you're still tracking with us, because the last thing that I want to show you is this design center. They didn't have this here the last time we did a video either. I mean, when you walk in here, you can pick out almost everything. Yeah, other builders have, you know, a selection board or 2, and some might even have a room where you can look at selections. But here, we've got this massive area with every kind of selection, multiple options of everything. This is just next level. They've got all the cabinet options, the countertop options, flooring samples, tile selections. The list goes on and on. So when you call me and you say, hey John, I really want to buy a house in Petrosa, but I live out of state, I'm gonna say, great, except you do need to make a plan to come here and check this place out about 2 weeks after we get you in a contract to take a look at all of these selections. A, it's fun, and B, it's fun. I mean, look at all these choices. And I will also just quickly mention that with Pahlisch, you get way more options than you did years ago. Like supply chain issues that were causing big problems before with COVID are all gone now. And there are more selection options than ever before. Gosh, we were way over in time right now. This video has gone a little longer than I was expecting. So I'll just end with this. If you're thinking about buying new construction, it is important to have your own representation when buying new construction. And my team and I have a lot of experience in this kind of world. So if you are thinking about buying, heck, or selling here in the Central Oregon area, my team and I would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you over in the next video.